Hello everybody, welcome back to the Mind Your Money YouTube channel. My name is Tasha and this is the Mind Your Money, where we talk about managing money, we talk about budgeting money, we talk about saving money and making it work for us. So I have here my Happy Planner, and I use this for pretty much all of my note taking, all of my saving that I'm spending before I utilize my monthly planner. So in my Happy Planner, I'm just going to show you today, I'll give you an update on the $10,000 savings challenge that I started in the beginning of April. So just finished recording my first paycheck budget for the month of June. That is up on my channel. But I'm also going to go over this 10,000 savings challenge and share with you basically how I started, why I started, and hopefully inspire you to get started on a savings challenge of your own if you haven't already, or if you're doing a savings challenge right now, hopefully this will inspire you to continue. So the $10,000 savings challenge really started as a way to put a lot of the money that we're not spending right now due to this pandemic. We want to be able to save it. We don't want it to end up going to our spending account, because I'll tell you the honest truth. When we calculated all of our savings, it looks like, we've never had this much money in our spending account at one time. So when we check our balance in our checking account, aka spending account, we would think, okay, you know what? Well, we do need this item and we do need that item, and just a whole lot of things that we could do start popping up. But when my husband and I sat down for a budget meeting 2 months ago, we decided it's best to save as much as possible, especially during these uncertain times. So we voided several items from our line items for our budget. One being our child care. We have 2 small children who are enrolled in daycare. They're both under the age of 3. So that is a huge chunk that we're saving. Also, car gas was voided. We were blessed enough not to have to fill up our tanks since that second week of March. And that's when, the stay-at-home order was issued, and we had to rearrange everything from our finances to just how we manage our day-to-day life. So car gas, we've saved quite a bit. Normally, this is what we would spend on a monthly basis. Daycare cost more than our rent. Car gas was just about $200, maybe $250 every month. And because we don't work in the city, I don't work in the city that I live in, I would have to pay tolls going to and from every month, which is about $55. And then parking meters, and sometimes parking tickets, because where I work, that area doesn't have adequate parking. And if you're fortunate enough to get a parking space, you have to pay the meter, and that's every 2 hours. I'm running out to put quarters in, and altogether we're saving just about $2,000 every single month since March, not having these expenses. So what's the normal thing? Most people might say, you know what, I'm saving $2,000 a month, I can go shopping. But we had to discipline ourselves and say, no, this $2,000 that we're saving now every month needs a place to go. That's how we ended up with our savings goal for the month. This is just what was voided from our budget. But there were other areas where we could save whenever we receive additional money from either our full-time jobs or one of our side hustles, or just interest on our savings accounts. So when we said we're saving this money every month, we thought about our savings challenge. We didn't know it was going to be $10,000 at first, but we can put that towards there. We also want to continue contributing to our emergency fund. And then also we want to beef up our sinking funds and be able to have enough money to prepare for an emergency or an immediate emergency. So an emergency fund is basically your monthly expenses multiplied by whatever your number of comfortability is. So we've had 3 months worth of expenses, and we just decided that's not enough. So we're going towards 6. Then on top of that, we wanted to have enough money saved up that we could make a large purchase, such as buying a new car or moving to a new location. So that's not an emergency. That's something we're planning for. So the 10G savings challenge was birthed from that conversation. So this $2,000 a month that we're basically saving because of those voided line items, we will be using to fund the 10G savings challenge, also our emergency fund, and making sure that we have our general savings still continuing to grow on top of that. So we started April 1st of 2020, and it began as a challenge that we wanted to have completed by the end of the second quarter of this year. But in the midst of all that's going on right now, we decided that it's better to do both and give ourselves more time to save up this $10,000. So June 30th is not a realistic goal at this point. We are giving ourselves until April of 2021 to save this $10,000. However, this is what I'm thinking as I'm sitting here, even talking about this on camera. We need the willpower to get this done, right? We also need the willpower to beef up our emergency fund, because we need to have that money if, God forbid, the worst happens as it relates to employment and whatnot. So based on how much we're saving right now towards this goal, we should reach our $10,000 goal by April of 2021. But our emergency fund, we will reach that goal by November of this year, November of 2020. So when November of 2020 comes, our emergency fund has about 8 months. It'll be a little more than 6 months in there, because we are calculating what we could possibly earn for interest as well. By November, we'll have about 8 months of emergency savings in that account. So then we will ease off and hopefully contribute the money that we were putting towards the emergency fund into our 10G savings challenge, which will shave off at least 3 months. So hopefully between January of 2021 and April of 2021, we will have reached our goal of $10,000 cash, which is a good start. I think that it's important to make it a challenge and make it something that you inspire other people to do or challenge them to do. Because why? Credit is good in some situations, but we don't want to use credit as a way of getting out of a difficult financial situation, such as we know we need a new vehicle. And the vehicle that we own now, we paid cash for. I would prefer to pay cash for a new vehicle, or a new vehicle to us. It might be a used vehicle, and it more than likely should be because, of depreciation and that sort of thing. I would rather pay cash for it and not have to finance it, so that I end up paying more for a vehicle that is depreciating pretty much the very moment I drive off the lot with it. If that makes sense. I hope that makes sense to you guys. Also, we don't have any credit card debt. We paid off our credit card in February of this year, and we want to stay that way. The only consumer debt that we have right now is our student loans, and my student loan, really. So my student loan is hopefully going to be paid off by 2022, hopefully sooner, but we'll see how things are going with that. We are trying to be better managers of our money. We're also trying to make sure that These items that we're saving on, daycare, car gas, tolls, and parking meters and parking tickets, because I did get a few tickets while parked at work, we're being able to put this in a good place, right? So we're giving ourselves until April 2021. That's our new deadline. However, it could be sooner. So I'm just going to share with you how much we've saved so far from the beginning of April until now, just as a way of encouraging you. Now, I'm not going to show you everything, but I want to tell you how much we have saved so far. So this is what we're doing. Now, initially, the deposit that we made to start this account was $569. And this money came from that stimulus payment that we received in the month of April. Yes, it was the stimulus payment from April. And from there, I made very frequent deposits. I made a deposit of $250. And you could, if you follow me on Instagram, you'll be able to see when I post updates on the $10,000 challenge. So this was just from a paycheck. Like, we received the money and I said, look, let me put this to the side. And then there was a refund that I received, and I put that $89 into there, and that was from a refund. This is how we've been funding it so far. These are the first three. And this on the screen here is the balance in the account as of today, and we'll continue to move forward with that. It is easy to save money. It may not feel easy to not want to spend it and pull it out and go shopping and use your Visa or use your debit card, but it's easy to save money. It's a quick transfer from one financial institution to another, because all of these accounts are in, most of these accounts are in Capital One 360. So it's easy to transfer the money from one account to the next and then just leave it there. And when you see it grow, it's something about looking at it and seeing the numbers go up and getting excited, and it just helps you to, encourages you to save more and more and more. And once I see that 10,000 in that account, I will just be excited, and I will say, you know, we did good. We actually put that money into a good place. And if anything comes up that we need to do, like again, the example is to buying a car, we can do that because we saved up the money. And also we'll be calculating the interest that is earned on this money. Compound interest is a blessing to your soul. So that's how we started the savings challenge. Also, you'll get to see up here somewhere on the screen where how much the balance is right now. And I hope that you guys will continue with your savings challenges. I hope that you will continue to manage your money well, so that you can live life to the fullest. Thank you so much for watching today's video, you guys. Be strong, be safe, be well. Bye-bye.